So we know the gimmicks that is going on against Nnamdi Kanu. When Nigerian government, when they realize that they do not have a case, that there's no way on earth they can defeat their opposition, most especially in court. They comes up with all manner of flimsy excuses. They cook up crisis, they cook up confusion, just as we have today in the court of law. Today, over there in the court of law, the prosecutor counsel had a mixed match in the evidence they presented against Nnamdi Kanu. It got to the point that the judge had to question the capacity and the competence of the lawyer, of the Nigerian government, who are the prosecutor, that, like, are you guys really in charge of this game? The judge had to apologize for wasting the time of the attorneys of Nnamdi Kanu, and indeed apologize to Nnamdi Kanu. Already, that case was rushed and they had to postpone it to the next day, which is tomorrow. Quickly, before I show you what actually transpired and then you listen to my link in the court today, let me share this quick story with you guys. The Nigerian government, the same thing they did with Showore, right? When they realized that they didn't have anything to prosecute Showore, they kept on postponing, right? Baseless postponement. Nnamdi Kanu has been in this judicial battle for a period of 4 to 5 years now. You guys have charged him for treason, for terrorism, all manners of charges that you can think of. The Nigerian government have cooked it up. Now, as Nnamdi Kanu, being a very educated and enlightened man, I said, okay, fine. If you charge me for treason, if you charge me for terrorism, where are your evidences? And today, a lawyer was confused when he smelled the aura. Say man go get confident, when you say you go begin smell am. When he perceived the aura and confidence of a man who has been unjustly incarcerated for a period of 4 to 5 years, and even till this very moment, his political will never yield. His political will, his sheer will to see his people set free and let go of this contraption, of this mere geographical expression called Nigeria, has never for one day be dwindled. And the council was just scrambling for paper. My lord, I thought this was my lord, give me. It was so shameful. You have to watch the video that I'm going to show you. My correspondents who actually got first-hand information, you will listen to him, and afterwards I'll show you the video of what happened. It is so embarrassing. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, like, is there a nation that is being governed the way Nigeria is governed? And Nigeria has no, when you say decorum, one modicum of decorum, like the smallest of decorum, even in the court of law, it's embarrassing. The judge today was so ashamed, like he was about to even ask the judge, who is in support of the prosecutor, like, which law school did you go to? They have no case. They sincerely have no case. And the plan is, they just want to waste the time of this gentleman, keep wasting his time, keep crafting all manner of dramas until 2026, like I've predicted, when Tinubu would now think of everything he wants to use Nnamdi Kanu for. And Nnamdi Kanu can actually be released, like as I speak right now, imagine Nnamdi Kanu can be released through a political solution. But we know that Tinubu wants Nnamdi Kanu for his own exigencies. He wants a Nnamdi Kanu freedom for his own political push. So he is using Nnamdi Kanu to checkmate the Fulani oligarchs. Period. Nothing more, nothing less. Because they have an evidence, then charge Nnamdi Kanu to court, let him go and spend his time. But of course, they have nothing. The last time they said they caught him with radio accessories. My brother, something, look at what I have here with me, right? This is an AirPod that I put on my ear, and this is a mic, right? A Bluetooth mic. These are the things, and then I have this that I use here. So these are the transmitters. Is this what? Are these a gadget I use to set up an international radio? Everything, information has been democratized. So the Nigerian government must understand that you taking away Nnamdi Kanu cannot stop the organism. Yes, Biafra is an organism because it is an ideology that lives, that keeps growing. It is maturity. So that life is not even in the hands of Nnamdi Kanu. Your lack of evidence only strengthens the belief and faith of the Biafrans in their own ideology. Period. So by day, as a young man keeps remaining in that custody, more people are being converted. And in the recent time, those that are even converted are not even Muslims. Are not even Igbos. These are people from even other ethnic groups. I have seen more Yoruba declare support for Nnamdi Kanu. I have seen more North Central people state that Nnamdi Kanu is a godsend. Like, for real. Let's watch this video of a Baba, then we'll go into that report that I said.
Like I said yesterday, sir, that constitution is the title deed. The day it comes down and we have a constitution drawn by us, that's when we'll be free. Sir, it is like a company. Him, me, he decide to form a company. We have what is called Memorandum of Understanding.
Yes, sir. MOU.
Memorandum of Understanding in our own case here is called Preamble. It says, we, the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, agree.
And there was never a time.
No, where did we sit to agree? God bless you, sir.
This article is from AIT. So I will be correcting so many words, okay, that I don't like to use in my own term, okay? I will be correcting them. But you will understand everything that transpired today. Now, it started that the Federal High Court judge trying the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, of terrorism charges has directed the federal government to ensure all relevant documents and materials intended for trial are duly served on the defense team before being presented in court. The decision followed the confusion over legal representation and tendering of documents in the courtroom when the case resumed on Tuesday, that is today. Justice James Omotosho equally barred Kanu's sister Favour Kanu for 3 sittings for recording court proceedings in violation of the directives. I have explained that before, okay? When hearing resumed on Tuesday, the trial judge called the attention of the defense team to a letter received from one Chasude claiming to be Kanu's lawyer. But the lead defense counsel, Chief Kanu Agabi, disassociated the team from Ude's claim, with Kanu affirming that Agabi remains his official legal representative. The court also addressed a past infraction involving Favour Kanu, a relative of the defendant who had allegedly recorded court proceedings of violation of directives and posted the content online. Okay, that is apart. Nnamdi Kanu, however, personally appealed for leniency on her behalf. Favour, when called upon, claimed ignorance of the court still being in session and stated that she had stopped recording immediately after the warning. The trial judge, in consideration of the compliance of infraction, barred her from attending the next 3 sitting. Now, this is where the main deal started. Okay, let's pay attention. Tuesday's proceedings continued with the cross-examination of the first prosecution witness, with pseudo name identified as AAA, who admitted to being unaware that several terrorism charges against Nnamdi Kanu had been struck out by the court and also lacked knowledge of the current status of many of the original 15 count charges. someone that claimed that he's there for witness to testify against Nnamdi Kanu, he don't know that the court has struck out many charges against Nnamdi Kanu before, and he don't even know the 15 count charges leveled against Nnamdi Kanu, but he is there to testify against him. All right, it continues. When re-examined by the lead prosecutor, Chief Adegboyaga Awomono, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, the witness stated that Kanu's activities amounted to agitation for the secession parts of Nigeria. The second prosecution witness was identified as BBB, who testified that he was assigned by the Attorney General of the Federation to investigate Kanu. He described the defendant as the operator of Radio Biafra and the founder of the Eastern Security Network. However, attempt by the prosecution to tender a letter authorizing the witness invitation met stiff resistance from Agabi, who objected on the grounds that the document was not front-loaded, which prompted the prosecution to withdraw the documents. The defendant also expressed disagreement over admissibility of video evidence presented by the prosecution, which Kanu himself opposed. The court ordered therefore that all documents and material intended for trial must be served in advance and listed properly, stressing that no document would be admitted unless previously disclosed to the defense. The trial judge, Justice James Omotosho, then adjourned to May 7 for the continuation of the trial, specifically for the examination in chief of the second prosecution witness, BBB. Now, the testimonies, the evidence, everything they brought against Kanu today was not admissible. Why? Because I don't know what they are hiding, whether they are hiding their shame, I don't know. Now, the normal way it is being done, they're supposed to serve it to Agabi first. Then Agabi will now use it to prepare for the defense. So they came to court and presented it to Omotosho. Now, the issue here is that we know that the federal government's team, I'm talking about people who are prosecuting Nnamdi Kanu, they are trying their best so that the government or anybody sending them will not say, oh, these people did not do anything. Okay? That is what I believe, in my own opinion. Because they themselves know that what Nnamdi Kanu is suffering today has nothing to do with the charges leveled against him. What is the charges? That he's operating Radio Biafra? Now, they said he formed Eastern Security Network. Then, the Eastern Security Network they are talking about that he formed, do they commit any crime? Do they do this? Do they do that? Maybe that is what the man wanted to say, that Eastern Security Network was doing this, was doing that. But remember that in the previous cross-examination, Agabi asked him, do you see anybody facing terrorism charge within Nnamdi Kanu? He said no. So if there is nobody facing terrorism charges within Nnamdi Kanu, how would you say that Nnamdi Kanu made other people to commit crime when there is no one facing criminal charges? So, Agabi has made, this trial to be understandable. We now even understand the nature of the case. Before, we don't even know what the federal government was charging Nnamdi Kanu for. Once you hear about Nnamdi Kanu, a lot of people will think that, oh, this man has killed a lot of people. If you hear about Nnamdi Kanu, you will think that, oh, this man has condemned many souls. Only for them to come to court, they started talking about Radio Biafra, broadcasting equipment, watch, phone, haba. So, tomorrow, according to Justice James Omotosho, is still going to be the cross-examination of the witness BBB. And I am happy that, there is a deadlock. They are meeting deadlocks. This is not the first time. This is the second time. But what do I know? I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. So it is the Justice James Omotosho that is going to, conclude everything. Everything people are saying now, everything people are doing, is just one pronunciation from judge. He will say what he wants to say. So we are still waiting, but it's important we understand the way things are going. It is important we understand everything that is happening so that we know that, yes, we are being carried along. Because Nnamdi Kanu's issue is not a family issue. It's a general public issue. Nnamdi Kanu is not just an individual person that belongs to his family. He belongs to the people. He belongs to the general public. And as well, we will continue to protect his interests. He did not do anything wrong. His ideologies is never wrong. And today, as I speak to you, many Nigerians are buying his idea. They are saying, this man said this before, this man said this before. What did Nnamdi Kanu say, and what did he want? He said that the killing of his people must not continue. That is the reason of setting up a vigilante group called ESN. And today, the DSS is still saying the same thing, that everybody should protect themselves, everybody should arm themselves. Every community should protect themselves. Fight for yourself. The same thing the Army General is saying. So what is the difference between Nnamdi Kanu's position and these people's position? I know that tomorrow, I trust Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Agabi. I trust him very well. He will still put a question like, okay, the DSS person that came, maybe he will say, oh, Nnamdi Kanu from ESN. Then there will be a question that will put forth to him. Are you aware of the killings in various parts of the country? Are you aware of the killings going on? He will say yes. Are you aware of the DSS directive that every community will protect themselves? Are you aware that self-defense is not a crime? Yes. Then at the end, okay, what is the issue with ESN? Maybe you say ESN are committing any crime. Okay, how many of them are facing trial? And how do you know that those people are connected to Nnamdi Kanu? Can you bring them here to testify that they are being connected with Nnamdi Kanu? Because what I'm saying, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a judge. I'm just saying what I'm thinking. That is my opinion.
Self-defense is a constitutional right. Self-determination is not a crime, but a right under the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and customary international law. Therefore, I make no apologies for pursuing Biafra relentlessly and determinedly. It can never stop. Those who underestimate our resolve do so at their own peril. As I've said before, we are not alive, we are dead already. When you see men, you will understand how determined we are. But there is one thing we have resolved to do. From today onwards, the death of every Biafran will be avenged. If you kill a Biafran, you will be killed. No matter who you are, we will keep pursuing you until you die. You have no peace and you have no rest. I'm saying it on video that the whole world may understand. In 1966, the world kept quiet as Biafrans were slaughtered in their numbers, 300,000 in the north. 67 to 70, over 3.5 million people were killed. Nobody stood trial for it. Rwanda lost less than 100,000 people. ICC and international courts were convened to try those who were responsible, or should I say, those who were culpable. The same thing in Liberia. But because you killed us between 66 and 1970 and nothing happened, and from 1945 to 1966 and nothing happened, that was the reason, or should I say, that is the reason why the Fulanis will keep coming to kill us on a daily basis. Right now, from this day onwards, if you kill us, we are going to kill you. The men are ready. They have come to defend Biafra land, not to separate from Nigeria, no. We are going to accomplish that via a referendum. But if you come to our villages now to rape our mothers or abduct our sisters, you will die in the process. Any governor found aiding any of these people or giving our land to Fulani Janjaweed will be in trouble with us. Let me make one thing abundantly clear to all of you listening. We have resolved to die for what we believe in. And our belief is simple, very, very simple, that we are going to defend the land of Biafra with all our might. Not in pursuit of secession, as the idiots would say, but in pursuit of the defense of our land so that our mothers can go to the farm without the risk of being raped and torn to pieces. Some of you saw what happened at Uli. How a very beautiful young Biafran lady went to the farm and never came back. She was not only raped, her body was mutilated, cut into pieces and strewn all across her farmland. None of you did anything. Nnamdi State Governor did nothing. Instead, he went along to appoint the same people that committed such heinous crime against the land itself into his cabinet. These are the idiots we are having to contend with in the land of Biafra. And we are saying enough is enough. If you're part of this very conspiracy to emasculate the children of God, to destroy Biafra land, then you are grossly mistaken. I know that the Fulani Janjaweed are not highly educated, they are not polished, they are not discerning, they cannot reason very well. Let me make this very, very clear. The Eastern Security Network is what it is. An organized vigilante outfit, rather than restricting the activities of the defense of our land to maybe Enugu State or Delta State or even Bayelsa State, for instance. We have resolved to defend the entirety of Biafran territory. Allow me to repeat, because some of you are not educated enough to understand what we are saying. I am addressing this to the Fulani Janjaweed. Allow me to repeat. The Eastern Security Network is there to safeguard our land, to stop Fulani terrorists from Mali, from Gambia, from coming into our land to kill us. Our mothers must return to their farms, and our daughters must be able to move about very, very freely. The only way out of the mess people are in Nigeria is that people should stop talking and doing the work necessary to free everybody from this Fulani-inspired bondage. Today, people died, or should I say a lawmaker was killed in Yoruba land. This same day, today, in Benue State, 4 people were killed. Even in Katsina, young boys were abducted, and girls, as a matter of fact, from the dormitories. That is the level of insecurity in Nigeria, and people are dying on a daily basis. Are you going to sit down, just lament, talk about it, and nothing happens? Or are you going to join us to ensure that this reign of Fulani terrorism and insecurity is brought to an end? That is what we are for. That is why this very security outfit has been set up, and that is the work they are going to do. And nobody, and I repeat, nobody is going to stop us. Extrajudicial killings will no longer be tolerated.